Hello and welcome to EDL 854 Module 11. My name is Calvin Brown. Gift giving. How to handle giving gifts to staff and students in a legal manner. So exactly what is considered a gift in the school building? A gift is any personal goods or services purchased with school funds. Okay, let's look at student gifts, fundraisers, incentives. For example, you gave a gift for the student who sold the most world's famous chocolate candy, the most donuts in the fundraiser. So you give to those students who participate. The gift is age appropriate, and the cost of the gift does not, affect the overall profit of the organization. The gift is purchased with fundraising profits, and an example of the gift would be like a water bottle, or a T-shirt, a hat, or a duffel bag. Like in the JRTC the other night, we had our banquet, and we gave the students, our senior students, a bag, and we gave the visitors, the court, we gave them little water bottles or glasses as keepsakes. And just a little added note, I wanted to show you what the jar looked like. It's got a like top, and it's comes with a straw, and as you can see, it's got all the good stuff on there. Okay, in this slide, we're going to talk about student gifts and special achievements. Say, for instance, this would be when the school gives trophies for honor roll. Okay, awards should be numerous in cost, and the award should be age appropriate. The award should be paid with the funds from the activity fund and donations from businesses, PATs, booster clubs, athletic funds, and examples will be ribbons, trophies, certificates, and pencils. All right, this one is staff gifts and special occasions. Now, say for instance, like a baby shower, or you sent a foil to the hospital, if a staff member was sick or whatever. You can use those for this type of gift. To acknowledge an event should be reasonable price. Pay for from the cheer fund. Like my father-in-law, he had one of those when he was a principal. Annual dues and donations. Funds managed by a committee with written procedures. That way, nobody just do whatever they want to do when they want to do it, without going through some checks and balances. Guidelines reviewed yearly. Committee members rotate yearly, so you're not having the same person in the same position every year saying, what they normally say when they've been there too long. Okay, so you have same person should not collect the funds and purchase gifts. So it should be like a rotation type deal. Okay. Staff gives fundraising incentives. This would be like the teacher whose class sold the most Sonic discount cards or some to a restaurant. They participate in the fundraiser project, pay for out of the fundraiser profits, reasonable cost, no more than 5% of the overall profit. And for example, we gave earlier, gift certificates to a local restaurant, T-shirts or a bag. Maybe you want to put their name on it or something like that. Okay. Staff gives, all staff. All right. And this particular thing is like, for instance, example would be Teacher Appreciation Week. This the principal and the assistant principal get together, and give to all the staff, pay for out of the staff generated funds, are donated by PTSA In the teacher's lounge, like you have a vending machine that you put, different types of items in the vending machine, and everybody pay for. When they get that money out, they put it in that fund. And also, you can have a staff fundraiser, or a raffle. Okay, so here we are at special effort gifts for students and staff. Now, a good example for this would be a student who has qualified to attend the state science fair, and he doesn't have enough, or she doesn't have enough funds to get there or whatever. Then you can help pay for that person, that young man or student's travel. The projects to help individuals in special circumstances, that would be one. And best if handled by a parent organization. Now, the local bank handles the collective funds. Thank you so much, and this concludes my video, EDL 854, Module 11. Thank you. And it's about gifts.